UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. There's thousands of sightings each year all across the globe. To actually record something, to actually see it for yourself and question and go through the footage and slow it down. Yeah, that happened. Taking the kids to the zoo, just driving along, and then I look up in the sky and I see a cigar-shaped silver object broadside. And I go, no way. I say, is that a UFO? And apparently I was the only one in the car that could see it. I tried to zoom in as best I could, and it just seemed like I could see it that first instant. And then when I got the camera out to record, it just seemed to just disappear altogether. Now, my first instinct was that it wasn't an object like that at all. I figured that it was just a plane carrying a banner, like they do, especially because it was right before election season, figured go vote or something like that on it. But there was no plane. It was just this object. And I just kept recording and kept going, hopefully to be able to capture it, even though I couldn't see it. And well, I did. I did capture something. Not sure what it is. But let's see if you can see it. Here's the video in real time.
The audio is muted because of copyright issues.
Did you see it? Here, let me play it again.
This is slowed down to 0.2 of its normal speed. And if you look closely, it's kind of hard to target. And I kind of try to guide my camera to try to catch it. If you look in the middle of your screen by that sign, this church, it's going to go behind this church, so you'll know that it's not just a glare or a dot on the windshield. Emerge out this church. You'll see it.
And of course, if you see something crazy like this, you instantly just want to post it and get it out there. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to take my time with it. I wanted to resonate with it. I wanted to really sit with it and actually do some research on it, see what planes were going around that day, see what was going on. However, there is an airport that is just north of that way that planes heading in that direction would be going towards. I've captured numerous planes around through this area. I went through a walk and I decided that I was going to attempt to see if maybe I could see something that was similar again, but I didn't happen to see anything. I did capture one plane in the dark, but obviously you can tell it's a plane better at night because of the lights, and the one was during the day. Now, reasons why I don't think it was a banner plane was because of how high it was. I figured it would be best if I shared this information with MUFON, so I uploaded a clip and a screenshot of what I saw. Of the 3,300 sightings that are in Michigan for the last half a century, over 100 of them came out of the greater Lansing area. In August 2012 in Eaton Rapids, a man was out catfishing, and when he went to go take a slug back on his Mountain Dew, when he looked up, he saw a round shimmering object in the sky. Across the sky, it weaved its way through in an elongated zigzag pattern, serpentine. The man reported. He said it also made no sounds, had no flashing lights, but the whole object appeared to emit some sort of light. At first, the man thought the object had disappeared, but realized it instead became very thin, possibly turning on its side, according to the report. And then a second later, it began climbing and was out of sight in the blink of an eye, that he said. Now, this one I find rather interesting. October 2008 in East Lansing. Around 11:15 p.m., a witness and 5 others saw an object appear out of nowhere, at first thinking it was a helicopter, according to the report. The large cigar-shaped object had fluttering wings on its side, propelling it in a slow wave-like pattern. It sat above them for 5 minutes, gradually changing color, according to the report. Interesting. They said the object darted off towards the south, and its wings were moving rapidly as it sped off at a high rate of speed. Why would this object need wings to propel itself? The witness reported, I personally was a little scared, not knowing what it was, and had the feeling that it was watching us since it sat there for so long. I didn't believe in these objects until I actually saw one. April 1995 in Lansing. They seemed to be observing us. A woman and her boyfriend pulled into a rest area outside of Lansing, looking to talk or, make out. The woman reported seeing hundreds of iridescent floating orbs gradually surrounding the air around their car. The orbs came within 10 to 20 feet from the car. They seemed to be observing us, she reported. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The woman said she became afraid and they left the rest area. As they drove off, the orbs flew off into the sky. In 1976, in April, a large saucer was reported seen above the skies in Lansing. One witness went outside to see what his friend was watching in the sky. Watching that, he responded, gesturing towards a large saucer with rotating red lights floating above treetops and houses. The object was moving slowly but made no noise, according to the report. The two witnesses watched it for a few minutes before it drifted out of view. I ran to get someone else, but it was gone, the witness reported. The two witnesses called the police and reported seeing a police helicopter fly overhead. The object disappeared at a high rate of speed, not far from the Capitol, the witnesses reported. July 1975 in Mason, Michigan. Balloons move. Driving along Eden Road in Mason, a person reported a teardrop-shaped object, the really shiny object, hovering around the Family Life radio station tower 50 to 75 feet off of the ground. It was a bright, sunny day, and I was first thinking, why would anyone have a weather balloon here? The witness reported. I thought, why isn't it moving? Because balloons move. Even though it had been about 30 years since I saw it, it is still like it was yesterday since it was such a strange thing to see. So I'll be posting a clip up here and play the slowed down version. Check it out, slow it down, do what you need to do, pick it apart, tell me it's nothing but my imagination.